the screens. It's touch screen. I need you to register into the Halo Nation. Let's go, recruits. We need you to go faster than that.
I'm sorry. Sorry, sir.
Once you're done that, report to Sergeant Kane and you'll receive your lanyard.
All right, now tell me something. You guys leave your diapers at home?
Yes, sir.
That's good, because you're here now at Halo 3 ODST training. And that's serious.
Who could tell me what ODST stands for?
Orbital Drop Shock Trooper.
Excellent. Orbital Drop Shock Trooper. Who could tell me where this next mission is going to be fought?
Mombasa.
Very good, Private Pickles. I'm forgetting you. That is right, New Mombasa. On your feet, soldiers! It's ODST time to drop into hell. Go, go, go! Purchase 1, 3, 4. Let's go! Move like you have a purpose, people! And I mean now! Go!
This is the exclusive Halo 3 ODST launch. And we're going right now through their Firefight multiplayer experience. Now on this one you got 3 waves of Covenant enemies coming in at you. And you got a myriad of effects, very similar to the regular Halo 3 Spartan weapons that you can get. My favorite though is running up to the turrets and grabbing a hold of those. You'll see what I mean in a second. And here comes the Covenant, first wave. So I've got the turret right now. And I just got killed. So you gotta watch out for that when they got their tanks and their big weapons coming through. Now one of the new features that they have for Halo 3 ODST is their helmet cam. So this basically gives you almost like an infrared way of looking at things where enemies show up as red. There we go. That's one of my favorite attacks, it's a melee attack there. Gameplay is not too radically different from Halo 3, if any of you have played that. We're just sitting back waiting for the second wave now. Oh, and here's the group captain. You're going to want to take out the captain first, because that'll create panic amongst all the other Covenant races. I tell you, it's intense though. I'm already sweating. There's a tank that keeps blowing me up. I don't stand a chance against the tank, but it was a nice try. That's it. So we show you that my prowess in this game isn't quite so up to snuff just yet. But you know what, with a little practice, I think I'm going to make it as a recruit. Let's go. So here we are with Jeff Rive from Xbox Canada. And he's going to tell us a little bit more about Halo 3 ODST. New weapons, armor, gameplay, any of the new innovations that came out that we haven't seen before in any of the Halo 3 franchise games.
So for Halo 3 ODST, first time in a first-person shooter that you're not playing as Master Chief. And so you're not a Spartan, you're actually a human. And so some of the key differences with that is that you don't have rechargeable shield. And so even that fact, as simple as it is, just changes the whole way to play the game. You can't go just running guns blazing into battles because you're going to take a lot of damage and you're probably going to die pretty quickly.
Yeah, so no Rambo gameplay. You have to really stick with the team and do it strategically.
If you're playing co-op, you have to stick with the team. If you're playing by yourself, you have to be pretty strategic, you have to use cover.
Now the ODST, for many of you that don't know, they are kind of like the badass arm, the elite forces of the UNSC Marines. Now can you give us a little bit more insight on what the ODST go through?
Yeah, so they're nicknamed Hell Jumpers, and they got this name because they're kind of not only the best of the best, but probably the craziest. And they're known for their courage, valor, and oftentimes insanity. So they're the first of any Marines to kind of get dropped into situations, quite literally. Right. So they're tough soldiers. They're sent in first to clear it out, stabilize things for the rest of the Marines to do.
Now a lot of the fans I know are going to really wonder about this one. The you order the pre-order version, you get a special Sergeant Avery Johnson character to play multiplayer. Now, is there going to be any plans down the road? Is downloadable content probably have more of Avery Johnson in there?
Well, what the pre-order is, it's not a special game. It's actually at select retailers, they'll actually have tokens. So if you pre-order the game, when you go to pick it up, you'll get that token that allows you to download Sergeant Johnson that are playing Firefight.
Now, you're going to give us a little bit of gameplay examples here?
Sure.
Perfect.
The weapon you see me holding here is a scope magnum, so it's a new weapon for the game.
Okay.
So it looks like a normal pistol, but it has a pretty decent scope, so you can go in and get some pretty sweet headshots. And so this is right at the beginning of the first mission, and you really just drop to the city and you're kind of just figuring out, getting your bearings and figuring out what happened to the rest of your squad.
Now, there were some ramblings online talking about having an unlikely ally in the game in the forms of an AI, the city AI.
Right, so he's known as the superintendent. And so he's a rudimentary AI that was kind of left behind, who manages the city and the feeding systems and things of that nature. And so you can kind of plug into his system and he'll help you through and guide you through different levels to figure out where you need to go, because it is a pretty open environment. Right. You spend most of your time kind of navigating the city or head environment. And what will happen is the story evolves through a pretty interesting gameplay mechanic, and that when you get back up to this top part here.
And the goal of this game really is to reconnect with the rest of your squad members, correct?
Yeah, you're finding it because you're our part of the squad, but you've dropped here alone. You have to figure out where your squad is. And along that path, a pretty unique story will unfold.
And the squad captain is voiced by Canadian actor Nathan Fillion.
Correct, yeah.
For those of you who know the Firefly storyline, Nathan Fillion's well known for that.
And so what happens here is once you find your objective, you see it's this piece here, and it's outlined in yellow. And so when you hold the right button, and now it prints off this cutscene, that drops you into a pretty unique segment that you play through what happened to that squad mate that that piece is related to.
So almost like little bits of flashbacks.
Exactly.
So make sure on September 22nd when it drops, prepare to drop with Halo 3 ODST. See you at the next Halo event.